Hello, friends. Welcome back to another Tottenham Hotspur match review. That was one of the saddest and one of the, I guess, best performances epitomizing what happened this season. Um, God, it was horrid. It was just depressing. It was, if I guess if anything could epitomize what the Jose era was, what this season was, it was that. One moment of individual brilliance and then just stupid mistakes at the back, stupid errors, really just disconnect with the whole team. The whole vibe of it was just like, yeah, we can do it. Something will come. But not actually doing the things to get there. Um, the one positive I'll take from today was Steven Bergwijn looked good. Japhet Tanganga looked good. But that also makes me want to cry because now Japhet is injured and it looks pretty bad. I mean, again, this game epitomizes everything. Just so much hope and then disappointment. I just want to talk about it. Kane. God, he was terrible. Son was terrible too. I think literally, easy for me to say, right? But like, I feel like Son was playing on his own name, like based on his own name. Like he was that bad. I think he touched the ball like maybe 3 times. It was abysmal. Kane, I just have to talk about the whole situation now because, yes, it's been rumored he wants to leave. And as I've been saying, and as I keep saying on Twitter and everywhere, it's one thing for him to want to leave, it's another thing for him to leave and what that all involves. For him to leave, that would involve someone paying upwards of £120 million, £150 million maybe. And I just can't see anyone doing that. And I don't know why you would. Yes, he is one of the best strikers in the world. One of like the 2 best strikers in the world. I am comfortable in saying. But why would you take him? When there's people like Holland out there, when there's people like Alexander Isak out there, when there's people like, even like younger players like even Tony or something like that, people who can grow into, well, maybe not Kane, a step below that, and that's perfectly serviceable for a big side. The main team is City. It's the only team that really makes sense. I could, I guess I could see it, but also at the same time, they've not even been playing with a striker, and they don't need him. Like they have De Bruyne. That I don't get it. But the one thing I'll say, the thing I'll say about Kane, he's had his chances. Maybe this is just the Tottenham fan in me, but we've given you the chances. There were 3 different times. 3 where you were in the final stage of a cup competition and you didn't show up. That hurts me to say because yes, there were other problems with that. And yes, that's not maybe as consistent as other teams, but that's still an opportunity for you to win a big trophy. So you cannot say that you haven't been giving the chances, because you have. You have. All of these players have. And by God, I'm just so glad the season is over. I mean, close to over. Because we just need to completely reevaluate everything at this club. Maybe we do finish 8th or ninth and don't get any European competition. And you know what? That puts absolutely no expectations on next year. And that's probably completely fine with me. Yes, I would like to be in Europa League. Yes, I would like to be in the freaking Conference League even, but I think maybe we just need a step back, and maybe we deserve it. There's no wonder that people are mad at Levy. There's no wonder that people are mad at the owners. It's deserved. And you look at the whole situation, you look at the team right now, there's a lot to be fixed. It really just does feel like there's a bad vibe, and I don't know, there's that thing Hugo alluded to, with, behind the scenes problems in the squad and all that. It's just weird. There's a weird vibe. And maybe you do need to sell a big player and just completely scrap it and start from new. I feel like this was this was a season where things could have gone really right for us and we could have just stayed where we were, but we've just dropped so many levels. And yeah, I guess back on the Kane thing, I don't mind. I mean, I do mind, let's be honest, but I can understand and respect him if he wants to go to Man City and just win a few trophies easily, whatever, fine, go do it. It won't mean as much without Tottenham, though, and that's for him and us. I mean, he is Mr. Tottenham at the end of the day. He is a lot of the reason I started supporting Tottenham. He is this club most of the time. I mean, it's just hard to imagine him without Tottenham, and it's hard to imagine us without him. And maybe that's just me being personal, and that's my personal bias, but that's what I think, and I don't know. I just think there's something to him that just is like, you could be a club legend here. I mean, he is. He already is. But I don't know. It's such a tricky situation. I just think it's cheap to be like, I want to go and win trophies because other teams just buy their way to victory all the time. And I guess if that's how you want to live your career, fine. But I'm not going to say that you didn't have the chances. You had the chances to lift Tottenham. Yes, again, you can point to the owners. You can point to the lack of investment under Pochettino. But again, you did have the people around you to win something. Eriksson, Dele, Son, Prime Rose, Prime Walker, Prime Toby and Yan. You had the people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being a bit bitter about this, but I feel like it would be more impactful if you did just stick with the project and wait it out. But if you do want the easy way out, that's fine. Go do what you want to do. I'll be mad about it, but go do what you want to do. And I realize I'm just talking from a fan perspective. That's literally like, I can understand it, I guess. Like, it's just your choice at the end of the day, right? You're a different human. You have different ambitions. Me personally, I just don't understand it. Anyways, that's on Kane. And do I think he'll leave this summer? No, I think he's trapped here. And it's like a mini Wilfred Zaha situation. I don't see why anyone would buy him. This has been really rambly. Do I even want to talk about the game? No. Region was horrid. That's what you need to know. Yeah, there's people that are mad about the midfield. I'm mad about the midfield too, but I'm equally mad about Kane and Son. I mean, there was a point initially in the opening minutes where Højbjerg was dropping deep, receiving the ball, then passing to Winks, and then Winks would find a pass on to one of the front four, and it would be fine. And it would have been better if the front four could freaking control a ball. But no. And then once that was not working, then Winks tried to take more liberties, and he was terrible. And yeah, just et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This was in front of the freaking fans too, and I mean, that was the most horrid thing about this whole situation. Aston Villa were freaking making debuts for their 17-year-old youth academy products while we were just sitting around moping and trying to, like, they were acting like it was their home game with fans in the stadium at their $2 billion stadium that they're charging £60 for. But no, it was ours. It was ours. And we didn't live up to that. Levy didn't. Mason didn't. I will say it. Yes, Mason's tenure has been, besides this, it's been good, but this game was terrible. Like, the subs were terrible. The lineup was bad. That's the criticism I give to Mason. But besides that, there's just a feeling in this team that's just like, let's get this season over. It's a complete wash. And the players have given up, essentially. That's what it feels like. And it feels terrible. Oh, God, I want to see. The fans are now chanting, £60, you're having a laugh. Yep. Harry Kane applauds Tottenham supporters at the full-time whistle. We want Levy out. Chants, we want our Tottenham back. That's where the fans are right now. And Levy better listen, because I'm a bit more lenient on Levy than most people, but that isn't to say I don't absolutely despise some of the things he's done. And if he has any chance of regaining that trust, he better freaking listen to the fans right now, because they're mad. This was horrid. And this was the, epitome of the season. And it's a culmination of the bad managerial appointment that he made, that he banked on with Jose Mourinho. It was a culmination of that bad recruitment, him stepping into football matters that he had no business stepping into, and then just lack of investment as well. I get that we can't function as a Man City, but it would be nice if we could have just supported some of these players a bit better. I don't know. Main thing is, we need to get a new coach in. We need to start the next season just with no expectation. Just start building a new project and see what comes of that. Sadly, this is the end of whatever this was. The end of the Poch era, I guess. If Winks leaves, fine. If Kane leaves, honestly, let's just build with the money and start again. It would be sad, and I wouldn't understand it, but we gotta do it. And this is going to be a new era, and maybe we drop down a few places in the table initially, but I do think there's some good foundational pieces to this team still, like Steven Bergwijn, Japhet Tanganga, Joe Rodon, Sergio Reguilon when he's not absolutely terrible, Ryan Sessegnon, Jack Clark, Dane Scarlett. Going forward, we have all these players, Tanguy Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso. We have good players that are coming through. We just need to get a good coach and start from there. I still believe in this team to do good soon, but obviously this was not our year. And whatever happens to the standings in the table, we deserve it. If there's any bigger indictment on Daniel Levy. It's been this season. It's all come crashing down, and no one's happy. And we're going to have to get many things right in this summer for any faith to be restored back to the football club. And that's where I'll leave it. Very disappointed. It felt almost predictable, though, that this could happen. And again, that is a symptom of the larger problem. That's Tottenham. That's just us, isn't it? But anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you can lift yourself up. Yeah, it's been very sad. It's been not a good season, but we go forward. We are Tottenham for life, and we're stuck with it, and they're stuck with us. So make your voice count. Anyways, that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.